welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some great stories for you today, so let's get started. First up, Instagram is testing out a new Memories feature as the platform tries to re-engage users. The feature will show up at the top of your Stories feed, so instead of having to actively search for your Instagram stories from a specific day in the archive, it would always show up when you're looking through stories. Similar to the goal of Facebook's On This Day prompts, Adam Mosseri is definitely hoping to increase user engagement within the app and show that the platform isn't in decline. In 2015, before the On This Day feature, personal posts were down 21% year over year. But the On This Day feature prompted users to get a little nostalgic and interact with their past posts. And just 2 years later, 155 million people voluntarily get dedicated notifications for the feature. So we know it can work, but with the rise of Reels and engagement in other parts of the platform like DMs, we'll have to see if it's enough to get people posting again. Next up, let's get into some Super Bowl marketing and talk about why the ads this year may not have been the most effective ads possible. Year after year, people gather around the television to watch the glorious ads. I mean game. But this year, it seemed as though many people lost interest in what was supposed to entertain them between plays. And the worst part is that the companies that participated probably spent a very large chunk of their budget for not a whole lot of brand recall like they were hoping. Most ads shown in this year's Super Bowl were standalone ads, not part of a campaign or a larger idea that consumers can hold on to. Although it's not always fair to compare a Super Bowl commercial against a regularly aired ad, since it is a chance to tap into more creativity, that doesn't change that your $7 billion ad most likely will not give you the ROI you're hoping for. Even though campaigns can feel like they're cluttering your brain on a day-to-day basis, you remember them. Think about the Limu Emu, Verizon, and yes, even Burger King. Building a long-term campaign and brand platform is getting harder and harder because companies just want to be remembered for that new thing they did. And costs are being cut too, obviously. An article from Ad Age sums it up very well. If you like a campaign, you'll eventually come to trust the brand. And if you trust the brand, you'll buy the product. Because people do business with companies they like and trust. A lot of our favorite brands didn't show up with this amazing new concept for how to connect their value to their past branded campaigns. They showed up with overly utilized celebrities and tech-enabled interaction. So next time you're showing up to one of the sporting events of the year, figure out a way to draw a very clear line to the rest of your market, or else people definitely won't be able to tell you what company went along with that ad with the thing. Last up today, let's talk about TikTok and how companies are utilizing the platform to their advantage to reach an audience in a clever and entertaining way. The first brand we'll dive into is the most popular baseball team on TikTok, the Savannah Bananas. Compared to arguably the most famous baseball team on the planet, the Yankees, coming in at 1 million followers on TikTok, the Bananas have nearly 4 million followers. In case you're wondering, they're not an MLB or even a minor league team. They're an exhibition team that plays banana ball, almost like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. The Bananas became known for their on-field antics, choreographed dances during games, and playing in kilts, you name it. Savannah Alanis got hired about 3 years after the team was founded, and within her first summer, their TikTok following grew by 200,000 people by posting entertaining content that people want to come back to. You can create the most meaningful content ever, but people will always come back to something that makes them laugh. So make sure your strategy stays close to what you value, which for the Savannah Bananas is definitely entertainment. The next brand that's using TikTok like a pro is Behr Paint with their new To DIY For competition series. Unlike many of the DIY videos we see on TikTok that take days and weeks and months, Behr's series shows products that actually could be done on a weekend, which makes it easier for people to relate and to want to participate. The company's trying to get in with millennials now as part of a long-term strategy because most homes being bought by the generation are 40 plus years old, so it will definitely need a new coat of paint at some point. After the series launched on TikTok last fall, their followers increased by 66%, which is huge for a company as big as Behr. The last brand we'll get into isn't really a brand, but rather a segment of people on TikTok. Influencers have been influenced to start de-influencing their followers. Yes, a mouthful. The new de-influencing trend has come out of so many influencers bringing products to their followers that they A, don't actually believe in, B, don't actually use, or C, have been paid inordinate amounts of money to try a product and realize it sucks. So now your favorite influencer may be warning you that certain products that are popular on bigger accounts may not be for you, and they're staying in the lane of their brand while doing it. For example, many skincare influencers have their own brand, whether that be products for acne-prone skin or full glam makeup or wanting to look like a glazed donut. And that brand lane that they stay in can help make actionable recommendations for the people that trust them on TikTok. Influencer fatigue is real, especially when things feel so unattainable. So find a way to connect with your audience in a way that's meaningful to them. Finally this week, here's Kelly Briggs as we continue our Black History Month series.
Thanks, Genevieve. Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm back with another Black media industry icon to highlight for Black History Month. This week, we're featuring Gail Anderson, a widely celebrated graphic designer with a specialty in typography. A first-generation American from Jamaica, Anderson's illustrations and typography have appeared in everything from Rolling Stone magazine to theatrical advertising on Broadway. She even designed the 2013 Emancipation Proclamation U.S. postage stamp, which sold more than 50 million copies and became a clue on Jeopardy! Over her award-winning career, she has received several notable recognitions, but perhaps none as significant as being the first woman of color to receive the National Design Awards Lifetime Achievement accolade. Her philosophy for type design is that the process has to be fun and you need to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. She's certainly a role model for the impact you can have when you're willing to take that leap.
That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. Because most homes being bought by the generation are 40 plus years old. So it will definitely need a new cone of, dang it. So it will definitely need a new cone of, what is wrong? Why do I want to say cone?